Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a very interesting episode for you guys. You definitely want to stick around for it, so make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Anyway, this week has probably been one of the most satisfying weeks for us here on YouTube in a very, 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 very long time. Most of the time when we're producing content is usually centered on the news, what's really happening right now, and the most interesting topics for a very wide range of viewers, right? We try to produce broad topics. We seldom produce topics where it's like, okay, this is something that I really, really, really want to talk about on a personal level. However, I got to say this. I've really enjoyed standing up for Kobe Bryant over these last few days after all of the disrespect that he's gotten from various media outlets and various media personalities, right? It feels very good to be one of the platforms out there really championing Kobe and really pushing back on some of these narratives. Is really ruffling a lot of feathers, getting a lot of people in their feelings. A lot of people are thinking, I mean, it's crazy what's been happening. And this morning, while I was doing some research, I was reading actually, I stumbled upon an article from sportsrush.com that unearthed a 20-plus-year-old video where Shaq was basically calling Kobe Bryant the best player in the world. And after seeing that video, the first word that came to my mind was what? Ammo. Ammo for these haters. But before we go any further, this video is brought to you by the official sponsor of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Aura, who's also the sponsor of this video. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Now let's get into these comments of Shaq calling Kobe Bryant the best player in the world 20 plus years ago. Take a listen to this.
Season 2. Well, there they are, the two-headed monster, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq, first of all, your coach gets ejected. You guys are down. He thought you weren't getting the calls. Did that really inspire you guys?
We've been programmed all year to just play through anything. And I was off the first half, but, my teammates, they took care of me. They held the game close. The Spurs came out with everything they had, and I didn't realize that going into halftime that they were only up 8. I figured they were up 15, 20 points, but, it's good being on a great team. Tonight was an easy game. I missed some chippies that I don't usually miss, but Kobe, Rob, D-Fish, it made me look good. And it's good to play with the best player in the world on your team because it makes stuff a lot easier.
Kobe calls you the best player in the world. Obviously, you guys getting along quite well out there. 28 points tonight. How physical was it? Was it tougher if you get the point?
No, I really wasn't looking to be aggressive. I was really looking to get my teammates involved because that's when we play the best anyway. I think game 1 was just one of those situations where we were able to pull through. But for the most part, when we do well against San Antonio, we have 5, 6 guys in double figures.
This is everything you could possibly want. You've gone 7 weeks without a loss. But you come in here, take 2 on the opposing court.
Yeah, well, our motto is we're not going to lose. No matter what we go through, no matter what type of adversity might happen on the court, we're just not going to lose.
Offensively is one thing.
Why is this video, why is that audio important? Why is it important? It's important because it addresses a very, very serious narrative that has been circulating around Kobe Bryant for about 15 to 18 years. And that narrative is this: Shaq carried Kobe to those 3 NBA championships during their 3-peat together. If that in fact was the case, why would Shaquille O'Neal come out there and say something like that? Well, the answers to that question are all here. Let's go over some of the playoff stats of Shaq and Kobe during that period. In the 2000 finals, Kobe Bryant averaged 15.6 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1 steal, 1.4 blocks on 36.7% shooting, 20% shooting from the 3, and 90% shooting from the free throw line. And now I'm sure people are saying, this dude was trash. He carried him. I can almost guarantee you the majority of the people saying that didn't even know that. They just picked it up probably from Shannon Sharp, Nick Rice, some quack out there that probably said it, and then they came up here. Here's what happened. Many people believe that the reason Kobe Bryant's numbers were so terrible in those first finals was because of a severe ankle sprain he suffered in game 2. If any of you guys remember when Kobe Bryant said, I got Jalen Rose, y'all need to go back and understand why he was saying that. Kobe Bryant suffered a severe ankle sprain, in game 2, hence the reason why he only played 9 minutes in game 2 and finished the game with 2 points. The next game he came back and scored 28. I think in maybe a one day off of a sprained ankle. The guy was injured in the NBA finals, and I think in game 4 he just completely took over, if I'm not mistaken. So those were Kobe's numbers in 2001, and I think at that point it was his 4th year in the NBA. In 2001, Kobe averaged 24.6 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 1.4 steals, 1.4 blocks, shot 41.5% from the floor, 33% from the 3, and 84% from the free throw line. And in the 2002 NBA Finals, when he was really coming into himself, he scored 26.8 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 1.5 steals, 0.8 in blocks, 51% from the field shooting, and 54.5% from the three-point line, averaging 80% from the three-point line. So here's Shaq's numbers by the 2002 NBA Finals. Shaq in the 2002 NBA Finals was averaging 36.3 points per game, 12.3 rebounds, these are just beast mode numbers, 1.2 blocks, 2.8 blocks, 59.5% shooting from the field on 66% shooting from the free throw. Shaq was, listen, come on. These are just outrageous numbers, right? He was just, he was just dominating everybody. It was absurd, right? So after those numbers, why would Shaq then say in 2001 that Kobe Bryant was the best player in the world? I believe he said that for 2 reasons, and I could be wrong because I do not know Shaq. I don't know what's in his mind. I'm just looking at it from afar. I think the first reason he said that was because because of Kobe Bryant's work ethic, his commitment, his self-confidence, and his audacity to even want to be in that position and want to be the best player in the world. Number one, I think Shaq noticed that, and he said it. And he said Kobe was like, a lot of people say this, and then Kobe was one of the guys that said it. And when he said it, you would actually believe him. That was the first reason. The second reason is this, and you'll miss it if you don't pay attention, if you didn't pay close attention to the facts. In that third finals run, Shaq was actually averaging about 4 more field goal attempts per game than Kobe Bryant in those finals. So I believe if Kobe Bryant was given an opportunity, he could have averaged close to 30 points per game in those NBA finals. He certainly had the ability to do so. But I think the reality of it all was this. At that time, Shaq was clearly the more developed player than Kobe Bryant. Clearly, Shaq had already been to an NBA Finals and lost when he was with the Orlando Magic. That's number one. And obviously, he had more experience. So it made total sense for Kobe Bryant to defer to Shaq. And that's exactly what he did. So the point I'm making is this. I believe it's a point that Shaq was making. Shaq is basically saying that Kobe, I wasn't carrying him. The fact of the matter is, even though he's the best player in the world, or maybe was going to become the best player in the world, probably is what Shaq is saying, of that 1-2 punch, it was a legitimate 1-2 punch. It wasn't like this dude is just carrying me. He didn't carry Kobe. Kobe Bryant played a significant role in those championships. And in the later years, he went on to become the best player in all of basketball. I don't think anyone would argue that Kobe was better than Shaq in those 3 finals. I certainly would not. But my argument is it's a lot closer than a lot of people make it out to be. I mean, it was a real 1A, 1B kind of thing. And 2, Shaq was basically letting people know that even though I have these gaudy numbers, don't forget about Brody over here. This dude is the real deal. I think that was Shaq's point. And ultimately, when they did part ways, Kobe Bryant went on to prove that, listen, as the man, I can lead teams to multiple NBA championships. So these are my thoughts and opinions, and I'm just happy that I actually rediscovered this video here today. So whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. We'll catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.